History of AI. If I start taking examples, there is a whole lot of history of AI. Here we'll be walking through only few of the aspects. So the first and foremost, where exactly, how exactly AI came into existence. Okay, so earlier Greeks used to discuss AI in terms of rumors or stories. As a result, like in the year of 1940s and 1950s. Okay, so a group of classical uh, philosophers and mathematics decided to convert the myth of artificial intelligence into reality. Okay, so let us see few of the examples, few of the uh, events which are occurred in the history which led to AI what we have today, which we'll be discussing at the end. So basically, the first and most thing is always Turing machine and Turing test. Okay, so it is from a famous scientist known as Alan Turing. So he created a Turing machine which formalized the concept of algorithm and computing. Okay, so Turing machine was highly influenced in development of theoretical computer science. Okay, so Alan Turing also published a seminar in the year of 1950 for like a seminar paper on computing machinery intelligence, in which he described the Turing test to determine whether a machine is intelligent or not. Okay, so the test was conducted such a way that a humans is interacting with two different other systems. Okay, so behind these other two systems, one lies an algorithm, computational machinery intelligent. Okay, and other is actually human being. If the person who is interacting with these two systems cannot identify which one is then which is a human behind it and which is an computer algorithm. Okay, so basically an AI. Let us put down using the word AI over here. So AI behind it. If at all he is not able to differentiate, then uh, there you go. We have the proof of AI being created. Okay, so this is the Turing test. So definitely go and check about more about Turing test. There is actually whole kind of report, especially this seminar paper. I'm not exactly sure how many pages it was, 36 to 50, I guess. So definitely he put on into very keen aspects with respect to how exactly the test is carried on, what are the aspects and the algorithms and all. So have a look at it. Very important event in the history of artificial intelligence. Like you can call it the first AI itself. Okay, and next, how exactly the AI was coined. Okay, so the term AI. So as I was telling, in 1950, Alan Turing actually did publish the Turing test by using a paper named as Computing Machinery Intelligence. Okay, it was not artificial intelligence. Okay, so in 1956, several scientists attended a summer conference at New Hampshire. Okay, so sorry if I'm not pronouncing the place name correct. So during the conference, it was claimed that every aspect of learning or any feature of intelligence can be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. Okay, so hence and finally it was named as AI. Okay, so basically artificially intelligent. So every it was claimed that every aspect of learning or any feature of intelligence can be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. Okay, so that is how the term AI was coined. And next we have first chatbot in 1966. A person known as a German American computer scientist Joseph invented ELIZA. Okay, ELIZA, which is a computer language that communicates with human. Again, you can go ahead and get whole lot of research. I recommend to go and get do research on this ELIZA too, and you'll find out whole lot of interesting things, aspects, perceptions, and all. And then we have AI in medical field. So AI in medical field came in 1972. A person known as an expert known as Ted Shortleff developed an expert system known as MyCin, MYCIN, which is used for treatment of illness. And you can go up, look up papers, what exactly those are on the internet. And next we have voice of computer. So that was NetTalk. Okay, so this was developed in 1986 by Terence J and Charles Rosenberg. So they developed an artificial neural network known as net talk. Okay, so again, what exactly is neural network? Again, the intelligence is formed by human brain. Okay, so that is how we define our intelligence. So the human brain has whole lot of neurons which are interconnected. Okay, so they are interconnected such a way that every neuron is connected to, it's interconnected with its other layers of neurons. Okay, so here it came like with this perceptions came into existence of neural networks. Okay, so artificial neural networks, we have convolution neural networks, so more on that later in the course. So basically in 1986 an artificial neural network named NetTalk was developed. So it was able to read words and pronounce them correctly. Okay, and could apply what it learned from understanding more new words. Okay, so that was the voice of computer. And definitely we have one more thing, victory over champions, which I have not mentioned over here. The first one is always like the first computerized chess playing system which defeated the world champion. Okay, world chess champion uh, Gary Kasparov. Okay, Gary Kasparov was chess champion at that time, 1997. So basically, he was defeated by the IBM Deep Blue. Okay, so Deep Blue system. So Deep Blue from IBM became the first computerized chess playing system. Okay, so to defeat the world chess, there were a few other machines in development, but this was one which defeated the world champion. So hence, over there we had a huge impact or a huge event where AI exists. Okay, and also we have like AI, a robot from Stanford, one DARPA challenge. So basically, it drove autonomously for 131 miles across an unrehearsed desert trail. Okay, so it was not a place which where already information was fed on. It wasn't. Okay, so this was from Stanford University, and similarly, a team from CMU won DARPA Urban Challenge by autonomous navigation for 55 miles into urban environment by following all the traffic rules. Okay, and in 2011, IBM's question answering system, that is Watson, defeated two great Jeopardy champions, Brad and Ken Jennings, in a Jeopardy quiz exhibition match. Okay, so those are all the events. Okay, so we have more actually, like kind of in 1943 at the very earliest. So the first work which is now recognized as AI done was done by Warren and Walter Pitts in 1993. So they proposed a model something known as artificial neurons. Okay, and also we had in 1949, just a year before the Turing test, like the paper publication, but by Alan Turing. Okay, so there was a person known as Donald Hebb demonstrated an updating rule for modifying the connections of strengths between neurons. So his rule was called as Hebbian learning. Okay, so it was named after him. And we had something like logic theoristic. Okay, so basically it's like the first artificial program which was created by Allen and Herbert in 1955, and the word again it was adapted in 1956 only, the word artificial intelligence. And we had more of such events. Okay, so again we had in the year 2012 Google had launched the Android feature Google Now. Okay, so which is giving information to the users as a prediction. Okay, and in 2014, okay, so we had a chatbot known as Eugen Ghostman who won a competition in an infamous Turing test. Okay, and in 19 sorry again in 2018, so the project re-debater from IBM debated on a complex topic which with two master debaters also performed very well. Okay, so Google has demonstrated AI program duplex with virtual assistants and with which had taken hairdressers appointments on calls, and also lady on the other side didn't even notice that it was talking with a machine. Okay, so they have already demonstrated this. So now AI has developed into a remarkable level. Okay, so that is the AI today. So there are whole lot of concepts coming into AI, like it is like kind of very trending like a boom. So the concepts like deep learning, big data, data science, machine learning, everything. Okay, and the companies like the big giants like Google, Facebook, IBM, Amazon are all working on AI and creating amazing devices. Okay, so these are amazing devices which are which has the interface of AI with respect to again internet, which will save in a whole lot of data, databases, everything. Okay, so the future of AI is inspiring. It is definitely inspiring to come with an higher intelligence. Okay, so as I was telling, uh, getting the self-driving car deployed on a worldwide basis would be definitely a high level of intelligence than what we have in the present AI today. Okay, so that's about the brief introduction about the history and also where exactly we stand at the time of the recordings. Okay, so maybe in the future where you have opted this course later on, we might already have few more AI which are kind of out of scope where even I at this moment is not able to recognize them.